Hello and welcome to Setons. This is a game on Forge Alliance Forever. I believe this is from today. And some very good players here. Obviously, you can probably recognize some of these names. Rabid Radish in the middle, going with one mask extractor. Factory that's really close to the Hydra instead of to the front, so most likely going after the Hydra with some NGs. See Carlos here, a P-Gen and a mask extractor. Looks like the P-Gen's going to be a little bit in his way when he makes his way to the middle. He's going to lose him a little bit of time. An engineer as well. Looks like this engineer is going to go to the middle. He's going to pick up some early mass. See how that turns out. On Rock, we got Can playing his UEF facing his Styre. So UEF on UEF battle here on the bottom. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a shield spam fest. And here we got Rocker playing his UEF as well, and Tisba's UEF. So all around UEFs, we expect massive shields and maybe not too much aggression, but I hope I'm wrong. And mize and Le Pen playing as both playing as Aeon, playing Air. So we'll see how these two players match up. Probably better eco for Le Pen. Be surprised if mize can out eco him, but will depend on how much mass can be taken from the middle. Of course, we are seeing Carlitos here coming in with an engineer, so potentially a lot more mass will be reclaimed by Carlos. 50% more build capacity or reclaim capacity. Let's see if there's any challenges for there's a bomber coming out for Rocker, so that's going to be interesting. Perhaps he will challenge for this island from Tisba. But here Styre, I would be very surprised if Styre challenged for the island. Very much an eco player, at least early on. And here Carlos comes in, mise a little later with his ACU because of that P-Gen, and Rabbit Radish got a nice head start, but good defense of this engineer. Engineer did get shot a few times, but will get a lot of mass with two tanks here in the middle for Carlitos, preventing any kind of possibility of engineers reclaiming for a Rabbit. Gotta say, Carlos looks a little better there, except now he's kind of exposing his engineers. Got to run away. Does not want to lose that. Get around here, reclaim all that stuff. And now Rabbit is actually a little bit isolated, but he's doing a good job picking up the mass, picking up the big chunks. Probably should just let him have that, pick up all this, and pick that. So we'll check who's got more mass in this one. Still nobody is challenging for this island here on the bottom, minute 4. So it looks like Can knows that Styre is not going to really care about the island, but here, something very interesting. Tisba coming in with a transport. We'd see Scout and interceptors, which will spot this, and a bomber ready to come in. So a lot will depend on the micro of the engineers that come out. 2 engineers, so that should be pretty easy to bomb, and they got to get split. So this could be some good stuff from excellent work from a Rocker, and that's big trouble now for Tisba. If he loses that island, Rocker should be hitting some units on a transport here soon. And in the middle, looks like both players have finished off getting the mass. Carlos has got a total of 8,300, and Rabbit with a 6,000, so about 2,300 difference, and that should be a pretty good advantage. It's not a huge advantage, but it is an advantage for the top side. And with Rocker taking over this island, which I assume he will, there's going to be an interceptor fight, which actually Tisba might be able to take, but 4 interceptors and early Navy. Now this is good aggressive play from Rocker, now getting this transport. Here on the bottom, no surprises whatsoever. Styre continues to upgrade his mask extractors, upgrading his ACU to Tech 2. He loves doing that. That way he can get back into the water more easily in case he gets in trouble. Like Carlos could be a little bit of trouble here. Rabbit moving in definitely has the numbers in terms of tanks. 4 kills for Carlitos, Rabbit with 1. Carlitos goes into the water. A much bigger spam for Rabbit. Now see some factories going up for Carlos. He's got to get an army, or he'll be in a lot of trouble. Now Rabbit here, really good health on the ACU. Carlos getting an upgrade. At this point, it'd be nice to see either a torpedo bomber from Le Pen, and Le Pen recently has been very good with his tech to air. Very annoying. Of course, AN torpedo bombers not very reliable in shallow water, or a Tech 1 submarine here from Steyr, and you're never going to get that. And actually missing a little bit of action here, but looks like unsuccessful engineer here from Tisba trying to get this factory going. 4 engineers for Rocker dropped off. They're going to get a point defense. Not too much of a chance, but air domination now from Tisba. So while Rocker was making that transport, Tisba was able to get air back. But now with the anti-air and a point defense, multiple point defenses, and if Rocker gets a factory going, it'll be basically over. A point defense could be very nice here for Tisba, causing trouble. Here comes a bomber. Excellent bomber, takes out 2 engineers. But these bombers, yet another drop bomber coming in. This could be a mistake here from 1 engineer left. And 1 more bomber, and that's all it takes. Here it comes. A bit of a mistake perhaps from Rocker. Should have got that factory there earlier. One thing to note. Oh, what did that happen? Yeah, this is nice anti-air here for a Rocker. Bombers are not able to drop off their bombs. It needs to come in at a different angle here. But if this factory gets built by Tisba, big trouble for Rocker. He put so much resources into taking this island, and that was excellent micro there. Comes in at a different angle from Tisba, and Rocker, after so much good work, is losing that island. T2 gunship's not coming out for Tisba. He's going to try to make Rocker pay. Rocker going Tech 2 Navy. Got a little bit of anti-air and a frigate there on the bottom. Looks like Carlos is able to fix his problems. Also getting bombed. He got Tech 2 engineering plus Tech 2 gun. Rabid doesn't have Tech 2, but he's got the gun. Carlos, of course, a very big veteran of Setons mid-play. Excellent player to face. Does not make too many mistakes, so should be very solid. But definitely numbers here, especially this artillery. Should see some good dancing from Carlitos. He's a very good dancer. But both ACUs getting a whole bunch of kills with that gun. 32 now for Carlitos. Rabbit 22 facing the ACU. But of course, a little more regen or a little more total health with a Tech 2 engineering. More units now coming in. And here come those Tech 2 gunships, forcing a Rocker to making a whole bunch of anti-air, plus some swift ones here in support from Le Pen. And this is great from these gunships. They already took out a couple mask checkers, at least 1 here. Trying to take out yet another, but unable to do so. So a good attack, but could have been better. But great work. Well, this is just a slow process of taking back the island here for Tisba, but he will have it. And a whole bunch of air and gunships coming out. Now we are seeing Tech 2 Navy for Tisba as well. And it appears that Le Pen already has resource allocation, getting his Tech 2 power back. So a very good eco from Steyr. So Steyr and Le Pen on the same side. It's always unfair, because these guys can tech very well, play good defense, and then they'll just beat you with really good Navy. Tech 2 Navy now coming out for Steyr. So you can see not too much action at all from these guys, but they will eventually win it. Great action between Tisba and Rocker. Rocker paying the price. And this is interesting. Le Pen has left, but of course, thanks to Funkov, who's made a bunch of great mods, units, even after a player disconnects, are given over to the other players. So this game should be saved. We saw Carlitos leave as well, so this is going to be a 3v3. And you can see these units have been split between Tisba and Steyr. And mize, actually a Tech 3 mask striker here, that's pretty crazy. Mize gets the middle base. I expect him to give it over to either Rocker. Rocker seems to be a very good player. But here it's going to be a face-off between Steyr and Commander Can. Even though Can has this island, doesn't have as good of a navy. But now Steyr also has to take care of air. One problem, most likely Le Pen had his resource allocation, at least by this time. So a lot of his eco that he put into his ACU is now gone. Mize with a whole bunch of anti-air here. Mize getting Tech 3 power generators, bombers. That's interesting. So one thing that is also gone is all this build capacity. Well, there is some still here, and a lot of factories able to remake build capacity. But of course, that AC explosion took out a whole bunch of engineers. But Star, as a capable player, should be able to recover. Here we're seeing 16-minute Tech 3 Navy, and that's a given. We also see Tech 3 Navy from Can. So Tech 3 Navy face off here between the two EF players. We also see Tech 3 Navy from Tisba. No Tech 3 Navy from Rocker. He's got to get on that. But here comes Le Pen. Got some ASF moving in, and a Strat Bomber. He's going to try to do damage with that Strat Bomber. He's got to do it early on before Star can recover his eco. And here we're seeing, and of course, Red Radish here, or Rapid Radish, has got to make his advantage pay that he's got an ACU and Carlitos is gone. But he is now going to face this Navy from Can. Of course, the Tech 3 Navy from Star is going to move in, try to help his ally out elsewhere. Seeing the Strat Bombers going after mass extractors. This Strat Bomber is nearly dead. Tech 1 anti-air does his job, leaves a nice wreck. Tech 3 anti-air here elsewhere. Looks like the factory was used to get a Tech 3 NG. That should make all these bombers. Basically two Tech 2 mass extractors destroyed, but these wrecks that these bombers leave are more than pay for these, so not a very effective attack there. And now, of course, total air domination above Star's ASF factory. Tech 3 anti-air from Star. Tech 3 tanks here from mize. So we might see Tech 1 versus Tech 3 here on land in the middle. And now finally Tech 3 Navy from Rocker as well. So here after 19 minutes it's going to be Tech 3 UEF naval standoff. Early advantage in terms of bombers for mize, but it looks like good defense from the bottom side. Of course, with these cruisers and Tech 3 anti-air, these bombers shouldn't get too many passes, and Seraphim shields keeping Rabbit in a very good shape. And we're going to see a whole bunch of battle cruisers in this game. See the third shield here, keeping Radish alive. Should probably get another shield. Getting some TMD, yet another shield going up. Looks like these bombers don't fly no more. At this point, I gotta say, give an advantage to the bottom side with Star. Huge eco. Never want to discount mize, but just gotta say the naval here from Star should be able to take on Can. Tisba with the island advantage versus Rocker should also get the victory. But a 500 unit cap, this is insane. Whoever made this game, that's maybe one of the reasons Le Pen left. He realizes he probably hit the 500 unit limit way before everybody else and said, okay, I cannot play this. This is a disaster. But of course, both teams have UEF, which means they can get the kennels, the drones, and that should be fine. One thing to note, no Cybern whatsoever in this one. Nobody wants to play with paper. Perhaps this will become an Omni eventually. Good defense, but power problems now for Rabbit with all these Tech 2 shields. And here's the naval standoff, much more Tech 3 from Star. No chance really through the middle with this Tech 3. It's a Tech 3 competition. Here on top, Rocker actually seems to have a numbers advantage, but multiple battle cruisers for Tisba. There are a whole bunch of blazes here. It looks like mize gave some blazes over to Rocker, and that's probably a good thing to see when you're facing them. Instead of riptides, you're getting blazes. It's a big advantage for Tisba, of course. Tech 3 Navy dominating. Whole bunch of tanks going underneath. Of course, siege tanks from Seraphim do have torpedoes, but they're definitely cannot compete with the Tech 3 Navy, or basically any kind of Navy gunships now moving in from Rocker. Of course, cruisers and shields should be able to take care of this problem. There goes the shield, however. These are pretty nice to spot, have good health, but won't do too much damage. And of course, now we see 4 versus 1. Should be an easy victory for Tisba. Of course, air domination for mize, but here up on top, Styre. Pretty even numbers, and now we are seeing Atlantis come in as well. So Can might be able to survive this one, and that would mean he's going to have a lot of reclaim. So very aggressive here from Styre, and pushing his navy all the way to Can's production line. Can does have multiple Tech 3. And the submarine, and if these shields die here, a lot of cruisers, however, good anti-air, and these cruisers are able to go after these engineers. It looks like with green on green, so difficult to see, but it does look like the darker green is getting the advantage with 4 battle cruisers, and a victory now for Can. Perhaps a glimmer of hope. And actually, this is something I missed. Mize getting a chicken in the middle. This is great stuff for mize. And this is a good chicken for mize. Mize using his advantage with the ASF, knowing he probably doesn't need to spend too much more eco on his air. He's got a nuke as well. Mize playing extremely well, using his eco advantage. Carlito's left him a really good eco, running over Rabid running. There's his ACU going to the pond, losing his entire base. 68 kills. I did see a couple battleships here, but this chicken should keep running, get out of range of those battleships. Total air domination by mize. And the fact that Can was able to survive this naval battle is going to get a lot of reclaim. Is a huge victory, and actually it appears that Rocker was also able to hold his own. And now with this chicken running through, I can't imagine Styre not getting a Tech 3 in time. He's getting a GC. He should be able to get that GC in time. But with air domination, looks like these units were given over to Rocker, but Rocker probably doesn't have the eco to actually use them. GC nearly completed. If this chicken actually has less health, but a little more regen, 3 stars, and mize should have total recon. Might as well take this chicken somewhere else and go after blue. We'll go after Tisba, who's got UEF. He can't make a quick experimental. A nuke for Tisba as well is something else I missed. But a nuke from mize, let's see, that looks like it's going after Styre. Styre working on a fatty. He's got an anti-nuke. He's got a nuke of his own, but that anti-nuke is not loaded. Good work here from mize. Excellent play from mize. And that's going to put on an end to a lot of Tech 3. Good placement on that nuke. There goes the Tech 3 air factory. And of course this chicken from mize, 99 kills. Runs into some Tech 3 point defense, but of course all these Tech 1 PGens easy feeding. Here's a nuke from Tisba. Let's see where that goes. Looks like Le Pen crashed, but Rocker here, nothing in the anti-nuke. Rocker is gonna die. If that nuke went after the ACU, Rocker would have been gone. But after naval production, and Tisba losing most of his base, Styre asking why people are quitting. Styre usually, one great thing about him, he starts slow, but He fights till the last breath, and he's extremely difficult to kill. And now he's got an anti-nuke, so he's gonna... With the 500 unit limit though, Steyr is really in very bad shape here. Strat bombers coming in from that was a great bombers. Taking out the GC. Rocker helping out his ally Mize. Mize 186 kills on the chicken. Steyr fighting the Navy. Has some battleships here as well, battle cruisers. But a bit unfortunate there from Steyr, losing his great ally Le Pen. That's really the only way to beat him, is if one of them drops. This is something you can do. Attack ground. Somebody's hiding from you underwater. Another kill from Mize. Tisba is dead. So Rocker and Steyr all alone. Rocker gets the back base. Another GC being constructed by Steyr, working on an anti-nuke. The chicken is now once again moving in. Of course, strat bombers from Rocker. And looks like another successful push from Steyr. Pushing Can back, but this is mostly Tech 3. Very even numbers, but Steyr really has no options. Torpedo bombers coming in, takes out the cruiser. No more anti-air. Those Sea Restorers coming in from Steyr. Now this chicken is looks like moving in toward Steyr's position. Steyr has shields, and this chicken or this GC needs to be moving in after this chicken. Otherwise, this chicken is going to do damage to Steyr's main base. Just heard yet another nuke. This is the second nuke from Mize. Going towards Steyr, but this one should be successfully defended. Actually, two chickens now. So the two chickens unite. They're going to walk into Steyr's base. A bit unfortunate. A lot of Tech 3 power generators, very important units here for Steyr. I wouldn't be surprised if Steyr actually kills these. He's got a good Tech 3 Navy. And maybe Overcharge's got a fatty as well. But lost a lot of very important units. There goes Steyr. They're minute 34. And we gotta say, unfortunate for Le Pen to have left. Of course, Carlitos left as well, so it was a 3v3. But much better play, and a much bigger loss losing the back ACU like that. But great play from Mize to make no doubt about this one.